Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the live session of Disruptive Education, where eminent speakers share their views and inspire us. GETI, that is Global Education and Training Institute, is a leading teachers training institute where pre-service and in-service teachers are trained to become outstanding practitioners. I'm Anisha, your host for today from Pune. I'm glad to introduce Miss Sonali Jagde, Principal of Daffodils High Public School, Mumbai. She is Masters in History and MA in Fine Arts Dance. She has been in education for last 15 years. She believes that motivating teachers and other staff members to work with the highest level of professionalism and deliver their optimum performance at workplace. She keeps implementing new strategies to improve students' performances. Today, she is talking about the impact of difficult times on difficult learners. Welcome to you, ma'am, on our GETI forum.
Thank you, Anisha. Thank you for being such a wonderful host. I first and foremost would like to thank Mrs. Sunita Gandhi and the entire team of Getty. And I'm so glad that you have given me this platform to express the concerns and daunting concerns in the today's scenario. So I'm very, very glad and thank you for introducing me so well.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. The topic that we would be talking about, I would be talking about, was uh, what are we doing and how to deal, or what exactly are the issues faced by the difficult learners in this difficult time. See, it's like I'm reminded here of a song sung by a, a band named Junoon long back, and the song's lyrics went by in something like "Chain ek pal nahi aur koi hal nahi." We are facing these times today. Our ship has got caught in this storm and we don't want to sink. We are trying to stay afloat, but the challenge is how to stay afloat. uh, it's like this storm has left us all bare, and like emperor's cloth, if whoosh, it's all gone. We think we are wearing a garb, but it's like emperor's cloth. We aren't. We are all left open. Especially our systems are out there in open to see how faulty they were. And I feel really happy in that amidst all this chaos, the school system quickly rose and tried to, withstand this storm. And they rose to the occasion and immediately tried, with whatever resources they had, to um, build a parallel system, a system unknown to all of us. And it is applaudable that all the schools across the globe, not just India, but across the globe, rose to the occasion. So, but amidst this, this storm, came the whirlpool. Amidst the storm came the whirlpool, and the whirlpool came in the form of authorities and activists and parents. And it was a whirlpool that was going to damage, that in fact damaged the education scenario. And and the worst part of this whirlpool was that it created huge rift between the educators, the schools, and parents. It had taken years for all the schools to build this rapport, and whoosh, it's like in splits of seconds, and I would say it just collapsed. And amidst this chaos and confusion, I think there were two pillars who were slowly and silently wading through this storm and wading these rough waters. And they were the two pillars, two most vulnerable pillars. And one is the shocked and pained teachers community, and the other was ever so innocent and the most vulnerable, shocked and equally devastated student community. Um, Nobody's talking about the problems kids are facing, and nobody's talking about an entire category of learner here, and that is the difficult learners. Every school had set of these difficult learners. Every school, every class, every teacher knows who they are. I mean, even in sleep, you ask, every teacher will tell you the names of these difficult learners. What about them? And when I say difficult learners, I mean to say, the kids, the restless kids who could not sit in one place for more than 5 minutes. The kids, the bully kids, who came to school only to bully their classmates or their partners. Um, the timid and the shy ones, the daydreamers, and these. There were students who came to school because the parents sent them to school and they came to enjoy life. आए हैं तो चलो थोड़ा टिफिन खा लेंगे, पानी पियेंगे, those types. They just came to enjoy school, chill, they were happy. Okay, fine. And uh, generally the not so bothered type, uh, um, rather I would say that not focused children with no aspirations. So you have these set of children in every school, every class, and most importantly about amongst all this is students who required clinical intervention time and again. um, So no authorities, nobody is talking about these difficult learners. How are they coping up? What is the coping mechanism need to be implemented for children with learning difficulties? How are we dealing with them? And the damage that is caused by this storm and whirlpools is so deepening and so disheartening. I have no words to express. Somehow, in the physical school, or this category of difficult learners and children who required clinical help were at least held tightly in school with constant monitoring and constant help being given to them, and the teachers breathing through their noses, giving them deadlines, giving them stay backs, and continuous supervision. um, they are all drifting away, they are going away. Uh, we need to It's high time we need to talk about how to deal with these children, this lovely group. And the number of difficult learner is huge. It's not negligible to be neglected and not discussed about. So this, I feel sincerely that by now, had this whirlpool and storm not come in the form of authorities and activists, by now the school would had comfortably entered in the second phase of online learning. Uh, and when I say online learning, I mean, and when I say second phase, I mean um, customizing of online learning. But what we have on our platter is um, uh, fixed slots being given. You have this blanket circular saying that all of you will put all the children in 30-minute slot, in 45-minute slot, 1 hour slot. So we have conveniently forgotten that there's variety of these learners. That we have huge uh, uh, different types, I would say, rather different types of learners. And we boasted about inclusive education. How can we actually now run school on these lines, inclusive education online? So if schools hadn't had to deal with these storms and these authorities, I am very sure that schools would had definitely come up with better solution, better discussions, better resolutions, and better ideas. That's what schools are for. That's what we teach children. That is what schools teach children: how to rise, how to deal, what is problem solving. And unfortunately, schools were not able to do it. So I strongly appeal that all schools be allowed to openly discuss about how to deal with these types of difficult learners. And on online classes, they need customization. We cannot have like 30 children, 40 children in this 1 hour slot sitting in front of the camera, one teacher discussing, teaching, whatever. We need to give them extra time. We need to give them different slots. We need to give them different assignments. um, we need to do different type of learning with them. These children otherwise required a lot of special attention, and all of a sudden we behave as if in this 4 month these problems have disappeared. We don't have these problems. We we are just not looking at those problems doesn't mean those problems don't exist. It exists, and it's a huge number. It's a huge number. And these difficult learners are, with each passing day, are getting disinterested, disoriented. We can't have children going away from education system. We want to put them back. We want to bring them back. So there are lots and lots of creative educators and psychologists who are always willing to help, and we need to be more creative in terms of conducting these online classes and customizing these online classes. I mean, just thinking that one fine day, maybe in the month of September or October, the schools will open, and that's when we will see how to deal with these problems. I don't think so. That is going to help. That is not how to deal with this, because the damage in the 4 month is irreparable. It's irreparable. I mean, imagine a child not coming to school for 1 week, and so much had to be covered. And the authorities are expecting us to cover so much in 40 minutes slot, 1 hour slot. Not done. This is not correct. These are my views, but these are not correct. So it's high time we accept that the damage is irreparable. And we need to, the educators need space, we need time, and we don't want to be told what is to be done all the time. We are creative educators, we need space, and we want to help these children. It is painful to watch the damage in front of your eyes being done to the children. So I would like to conclude here by saying few something which is very close to my heart, that uh, I think that the strong nation is built on the basis of strong education system. uh, India was known to be, known to have one of the world's best education system, uh, and in the past, to the our education system was paralyzed, and already those were outsiders who paralyzed our education system. Unfortunately, we have our insiders paralyzing education system. So I hope our new education policy has been weaved and has been thought well, and the damage that we have had now, somewhere we are able to bridge that damage. And I sincerely feel that if we want to bring back the glory of our nation, we need a strong education system, because it wasn't strong, and we saw how in 4 months it crippled, and we were all left in this tattered shape. It was not strong. We need a very, very strong system. And I think a strong nation and a system, and every strong nation, first and foremost, controls the damage, or takes the charge of its education system, doesn't let it cripple. And I think we need to bring back the glory of our country, and we need very, 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 very strong education system. So, Anisha, I would like to.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Now I have few questions for you.
Yes, please.
So, ma'am, as you are telling us about the difficult learners, so what steps you have taken in your school for your students? As we know that you are from the fine arts, dance was your area, so you must be thinking something out of the box.
Yes, Anisha, we have loads of ideas, but the problem is, this time slot that has been given to us, that you cannot exceed these time slots. So this is the problem. This is the bone of contention for us. If all the parents also cooperate, so we can see, with limited time it becomes very, very difficult. We need more time. But what we are doing, at least for the higher classes, that is seventh onwards, kids who the teachers know are not able to cope up, then we tell them, all right, take your lunch, and come back with your doubts. Then it is we are trying to still in this scenario help them on one basis, giving them
Hmm.
very small assessments, and we are telling them, all right, fine, don't worry, we are there with you. All the email lines are opened, and 24 by 7 the WhatsApps are open, so kids can continue posting. But the problem is, uh, I don't get more questions from children. I get more questions from parents that I am not able to pay fees. What do I do?
Hmm.
So, if they allow, and if authorities understand this is not the way, and they give us that creative space, you know, Anisha, really speaking, in the month of April and May, ICC, CBSE schools start in the month of April. Nobody thought whether parents will pay us first. Nobody
Right.
thought. Every teacher was worried. Oh my God, my portion. Oh my God, what about my these children? What about my this class? Oh, how am I going to give this practice? And everybody with sole intention of
Hmm.
learning and studying started the online classes. But it is so unfortunate that it was equated to fees.
Hmm.
So
Teachers are doing a lot of work these days, 24/7 they are working for the
Mm.
students, for the betterment of,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So, ma'am, otherwise, when it was not when the before pandemic time, how you were dealing with these children? Because I'm sure we will come back to the normal
Yes, we have to.
face-to-face teaching. Yeah, definitely we will.
Yes. See, otherwise in the physical school, we always preempted what these children will do. All right. So after the general teaching was done with so many activities, and by using so many teaching aids, we knew that these were the children who will never complete their classwork. We knew these are the children who, no matter what, they will never complete homework. We just knew, okay, these are the children who, sure shot, may not have understood it. So, we had last 2 years worked out on a system where we try to achieve 100% classwork completion, because it was something I knew that, parents work whole day. The last thing they want to see is the incomplete books of the children. It's
Hmm.
very irritating for a parent to see. So, making children self-reliant, self-sufficient was very, very important. But when I took so many orientations, the cause was not learning discipline. The cause was overall discipline.
Hmm.
Parents were not even letting children take their own water. Everything was given in their hands. So, unless the child is taught to be self sufficient, doing small household work, he was never going to do all these things on his own in school. So, you forget compass, you forget bottle, you forget tiffin, and then naturally you don't know how to finish work. So,
Right.
it took me 2 years to achieve 100% classwork complete. And believe me, we also achieved a near impossible task where children on their own would tell, teacher, I have not finished my homework, so I'm taking a stay back today, but I will finish and go.
Oh,
So
okay.
all the children, I think this is great level of achievement, where children on their own started telling, I have not completed, but I'll finish today in school only and then go home.
Okay.
Here, all our parents cooperated, because the bus services were not available thereafter, was
Hmm.
not available. So they came to pick up their children. And then the children understood, if I don't complete, I anyways have to wait out after school, I might as well complete. So the after school hours were used for children with difficulties and help them. And just when we were all catching it up, and the pandemic hit us hard.
Hmm. And how do you motivate your teachers when during this pandemic time? Because I'm sure they are tired now after working 24/7. So how do you motivate them?
I think the only way of telling them is that even they have their children in different schools.
Right.
So, and similarly, other parents are also watching you.
Right.
So they have to be kept. I think the best thing is, giving them that creative space. Once you give them the creative space, naturally they start working. So yes, fortunately, I have a very, very good team. So they were able to sustain this. They were able to somehow sustain it. But somehow the the way the parents are speaking about teachers at times, and the negativity surrounding the education system, that did take toll on teachers, where they started feeling absolutely demotivated. So yes, we had to help the spirits high. We kept talking to them, and okay, what are your problems? Okay, can you take the lecture now? Okay, how do you want me to adjust your lectures? Because they also had to do their own household work.
Right.
So yes, constantly motivating, constantly speaking, or somewhere some teacher where we felt okay, she needs a break. So adjusting her lectures and giving them 2, 3 days break,
Hmm.
intermittent. So that was given to them. But some of the lot that I have are there with us for 4 5 years. So they just knew their job so well that not much had to be told to them. They were
Mhm.
able to, as I told you, teacher community, schools, they all rose to the occasion fastest.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing all the information with us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Anisha. Thank you to you so much. And thank you to Getty and its team. Thank you.
Yeah.
Namaste.